Hello everyone, Liquid Nitrogen 69 here, and it is my honor to present to you the first ever episode of Matt's Game Reviews. Now, I know I have spoken rather negatively of video games in the past, but that does not mean that I disapprove of playing them. I mean, they do make people worship the devil and kill and rape and have potty mouths, but that doesn't mean I don't enjoy them. I just hate them. So today we're going to be talking about a video game on the Nintendo 3DS, a game in a series that I have loved. The video game's called Fire Emblem Awakening. Now, Fire Emblem Awakening is the 40th game in the Fire Emblem series. A fairly new series. I believe the first game came out in 2006 for the Sega Game Gear. And I guess you could say they've been on a development tear, as the saying in the industry goes, since then. But Fire Emblem Awakening seems to be the most popular of the series, receiving a quite positive critical and public reception. But to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of it. For those of you who don't know what the gist of the Fire Emblem series as a whole has been, for the majority of the 40 games, they usually take place in a slightly futuristic setting. It takes place in 2045 in the city of New Toledo, where a ragtag group of heroes must defend the city from subterranean worms. It's quite an adventure. I enjoy it a lot. But Fire Emblem Awakening seems to deviate from the formula, if you will, by being set in a fantasy world where you use magic and fight monsters and evildoers instead of subterranean worms, which is personally a bit of a shame. I quite enjoyed the subterranean worms. It also does away with all of the characters that I've come to love over the previous 39 installments. I was really disappointed. I miss seeing Maya Glaganovich. She was my favorite character. But that aside, how about the gameplay? Well, again, it does away with the series' established gameplay, which is a real-time strategy. By changing it into a turn-based military strategy game where you control a group of soldiers who must defend a kingdom. And the gameplay is executed fairly well. Just, you don't use guns, which was also unfortunate. I thought it being set in a fantasy setting, I thought they would have taken advantage of the ability to exploit technology of the time, like guns or rockets, stuff like that. But all that aside, the story was absolute garbage. I'm sorry if you're a fan of the game. I just thought it was okay. So, okay, I'll give you a brief run through without getting into spoiler territory. So you play as a fellow who you can create, and you wake up in a field, and a gentleman named Tito finds you, along with his sister and his knight, and you go along with them, and you go through many misadventures. That's the story. That's all there is to the story. So, all in all, the game is not the worst in the series. That'd have to be 17 Fire Emblem butts. But it's certainly given butts a try. And it's giving it a run for its money, if you'll pardon the expression. But if I had to give it a rating, I'd give it 1.5 stars.